Hi guys, I know I normally don't do videos. Shutting my window. I normally don't do like casual videos like this in my car. My seat's down because my bike was back there, but I wanted to do this video talking about my experience on Accutane. And if you have any inkling or you think possibly that your acne is hormonal, please consider other options before Accutane. I'm gonna explain why. I have had acne, I'm gonna put my hair up. I have had acne like literally since the 7th grade. Like I've had it for just forever, and in high school I used like topical treatments on it, and so it was manageable, I guess. And then I've just always had acne though. But then when I first year of college, it got really bad, like to the point where it was like I couldn't control it anymore with just like some topical medication or like benzoyl peroxide and stuff like that. And so I went back to the dermatologist and was thinking they were going to give me another cream or something like that. And he was like, okay, do you want to go on birth control? And I said no. And he asked me if I wanted to go on antibiotics, and I said no, because those are like short-term medications, right? If I were to go on birth control for my acne or antibiotics, if I were to get off of those, which eventually I would have to, my acne would come back, and I didn't want to mess with my hormones like that. And so I said no. And then he's like, okay, we're gonna put you on Accutane. And I immediately was like, because Accutane is supposed to be like the last resort drug for people who have like crazy bad acne, and my acne was pretty bad, but I just did not expect it. And it took a lot of like convincing for me to go on it, but I ended up choosing to go on it because if you've had chronic cystic acne, you know how like mentally painful, how physically painful it is. Like it's not just like a little bit of breakouts when you're a teenager, like it's cystic, painful, like nodules all over your face. Like it's awful. It's really, really awful. And it gets to that point where like you will do anything to clear it, right? And I got to that point for me, and I have a lot of people in my life, friends and family, who have gone on Accutane and have had really good like responses to it. And so like they did really, really well on it. And so it made me not as scared. And also like that's their experience. Obviously this video is just me sharing my experience. And so do with this information as you will. I'd love to hear like if you guys have been on it before, leave kind of your experience in the description, in the comment section. And so I went on it last April, so almost a year ago, and I was on it till October, so from April to October. And I had like the typical experience where kind of you purge at the beginning, it gets worse and then it gets better. And I luckily didn't have any mental health issues. That's one of the side effects that can be like really, really serious on Accutane, and you have to sign like this waiver, like, and you have to get like they ask you about your mental health every month because it can cause like suicidal thoughts and like depression and stuff. And luckily I didn't have any of that. You have to take like a pregnancy test every month because it causes birth defects while you're on the medication. And then I had to get a blood test every month because it affects your liver, and it's like an intense drug. You have to get checkups every month. Like it's an intense drug. And luckily my side effects during Accutane were fine. I had dryness, dry eyes, I had back pain, basic stuff. It really wasn't too bad. And October, when I got off the medication, my skin looked really, really good. I was really, really happy with my skin. I did have a couple tiny pimples here and there, but that was nothing compared to what my acne was before. And even to this day, I don't have any more back acne. I will say that's the only thing that Accutane stopped, was back acne for me. But I felt good. Like October, I felt really good. I felt really confident. October, November, like my skin was pretty good. A couple pimples here and there, but I can manage it. December, it was fine. And then like I swear, end of February or end of January, my skin went back to the way that it was, like in full force. It went back to being even worse than it was before Accutane. and it was like so sudden, and it was just like, it like hit me like a ton of bricks, because I was like, this isn't supposed to be happening. Like, I'm supposed to have clear skin right now. And even while this was going on, I still was experiencing side effects from Accutane months after going off the medication. One of my big side effects, I don't know why I didn't mention this, was my hair loss. I lost about like 30% of my hair, and so my hair was really thin, and was continuing to fall out the couple months after Accutane, kind of while the medication's still in your system, and I still had dry eyes and stuff like that. And so for a couple months I like kind of waited it out. I was like, maybe it'll get better again, and it didn't get better again. And so about a year after Accutane, this was in like March of this year, like recently, my skin went back to being worse than it was before Accutane. And my side effects a year after starting the drug are still here. I still deal with really, really serious dry eyes, not just like a little bit of irritation. Like when I wake up in the morning, I cannot open my eyes. Like it burns, and like I cannot see. Like right when I open my eyes in the morning, I literally can't see. And then when I go to sleep at night, like an hour before I go to sleep, like I can't keep my eyes open because it feels like there's glass in my eyes. And like even when I close my eyes, it like hurts. Like it's like seriously painful, not just like a little discomfort. Like I can't function with how dry they are, and I use eye drops like every single day. The back pain isn't too bad, but it's still there, and my hair finally stopped falling out. But now that it's growing back, I have like so many, like, see all this hair, like my hair looks crazy if I don't style it, because like this type of hair is all over my head. So like if I'm just showering and I just get out and go to work, I'll call it like my antennas. Like I'll have hair just everywhere, and especially I live in a humid area, and so my hair, like it's just so many baby hairs and so many little hairs. I have to like, I have like a special like eyebrow brush, and I literally like have to gel it down and like hairspray, and it's like a whole thing. And I'm glad that's going back, but it's gonna take like literally 2-3 years for it to even get long enough to where it doesn't look weird. So I'm happy it's growing back, but it just looks awful at the moment. And the dry eyes, I think, are the other just worst side effect, and is one of the reasons why I will not go and do a second round of Accutane, because I honestly think I will like literally go blind if I do a second round of Accutane. Like not even kidding. I think I would have like permanent eye damage from that. So, and then I'd lose more of my hair, which would suck. And so the reason why it didn't work was because I have hormonal acne, and my dermatologist didn't check if my acne was hormonal. And I don't understand why this is a thing in dermatology. Like his first instinct was, all right, we'll give you these creams. If that doesn't work, we'll give you antibiotics or birth control. If that doesn't work, you're going on Accutane. Why is Accutane the next step? Accutane should be the last resort. And like, I don't think Accutane should be banned, because I know how it feels to have acne, and like I know how it feels to like be in that much pain. But it shouldn't have been the next step. I think the next step should have been him being like, okay, let's do a blood test to see if you're deficient in any crazy vitamins, or let's check your hormone levels. Why is that not? Even if he didn't want to do it, like even if the dermatologists like don't specialize in that, why couldn't he recommend me or refer me to like an endocrinologist or something? Like, why is that not the next step? So last month I ended up going to a naturopath for the first time, and she basically, so naturopaths specialize in like holistic medicine, basically everything. They think like everything's connected basically, and so she basically got to know me, and she wanted to know every single thing about me, every single thing about my health. And immediately she did a blood test and a hormone test to see what the heck was wrong with me, like internally in that way. And so immediately we corrected. I had like only 3 imbalances actually. I had a vitamin D deficiency. My ferritin, which is like your iron binding levels, was low. It means that I was like bleeding too much for my body or something. I don't really know. And then my progesterone was low. And so I take vitamin D supplements, I take ferritin, and I take a progesterone cream. Basically it absorbs in your bloodstream through your skin, so it's like a lotion that has like the hormone in it, and so you apply it like to your wrists or your thighs, I guess. And I use that at the halfway point of my cycle to day 1. Basically that's when your progesterone, well, mine drops, and so I use that to obviously boost it up. And I still have acne, that one right there, I have one here and here, and I do have foundation on, so it looks, you can't really see the scars, but my skin's still crap. And I've only been doing this regimen that I'm doing now for like 2 weeks, so I'm not gonna obviously kick it just yet. But she's very, very passionate. Like, she's very, very passionate and like wants me to feel better and to be healthy. And I think that's something that, and insurance covers it, like it's not some weird, you know, thing. She wants me to be totally healthy, not just what's gonna fix my skin. She wants to make sure that I'm completely healthy, and I really appreciate that. I really, really, really appreciate that. And so if you think you have hormonal acne, please go to an endocrinologist, or even talk to your primary care doctor if you don't know where to look for things like that. Go to a naturopath, get blood, like request blood work yourself, or like do, like I ended up doing an at-home test, like an at-home, it was like an Everly hormone test for women, and that's how I found that my progesterone was low. You could even do something like that and just start from there. But I would, if you are considering Accutane and you think you have hormonal acne, that is my one thing, is to please look at other options, because I like have permanent issues now, and I'm glad that the permanent issues that I have are not crazy scary, where like I have mental health issues or anything. Like I don't have any crazy, like I can live with, even though the chronic eye pain and dry eyes is really bad, like I can live with it. But it didn't help my skin. And I don't know, I think we deserve better from dermatologists than just creams and pills. Like, look at the whole person. I don't know, that's how I feel about it, and that was my experience, and it sucked, but obviously it is what it is. And I'm only at the beginning of my healing my acne journey, which sounds crazy because I feel like I've been trying to fix my skin for years and years and years, and I've done everything and I've tried everything, and it's very frustrating. And again, it's a really painful experience going through acne. It's not just like a teenage pimple, it's like chronic cystic lesions all over your face. Like it's not fun. And so it's really hard, but I'm glad that I'm taking steps to be better. So yeah, that's my experience. Leave your experience if you've gone on Accutane down in the description box, comment section. If you have any questions for me, let me know. Obviously, comment section is open. I am sweating profusely, so I need to open these windows, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.